Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to episode 17 of our Formula 1 2012 career mode with the Lotus Formula 1 team. And today we go to New Delhi for the Airtel Indian Grand Prix. What I think is probably the first time this season the Lotus is all beautiful and shining on the hot lap that Anthony Davidson commentates over. But India, I think it was the second year of the Indian Grand Prix, a little bit like the previous track we raced at, Korea. It only had a few run-ins, and with Korea, it had its last race in 2013. And it's a little bit like Korea. It's a good track, but I haven't raced around it for a while. I wouldn't say it's as good as Korea in my opinion, but it's still a good track and nice to race somewhere I haven't raced at for a long while. But there aren't many races left this season now. It's just completely dawned on me that, wow, there's only 4 races to go. We've got India, Abu Dhabi's a little bit earlier than usual, then we go to the USA for the inaugural US Grand Prix on this game, and then the final race is at Brazil. But fortunately for you folks who are watching this live, you'll be able to see all of those 4 episodes this week. You'll probably be going, why on earth is this out on a Tuesday? And that's why. Tonight's episode is going to be on the Tuesday, of course, and then we're going to be releasing the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on Thursday, the US Grand Prix on Saturday, and the Brazilian Grand Prix on Sunday, all at 6 PM British time. Just to get the series done before Snooker 19 comes out. That's going to be the game I focus on for the next few weeks, and I didn't want to kind of leave it at sort of race 19. I wanted to get this season done, and then I'll do 2 or 3 weeks focusing on just snooker, and then don't worry folks, F1 will be back with a new season on 2013. So just to clear that up, we will be doing the 4 races this week, getting them over and done with, a little bit out of the schedule. I have got the scheduled time, seeing as my previous snooker series finished last Sunday. But by the way, if you're into your snooker, make sure to go and watch those. If you're not, I won't talk about snooker anymore. But without any further ado, let's go to New Delhi. That's a long way away from the World Snooker Championship in Sheffield. Oh, I'll mention snooker again, sorry. Right, let's go to India for the Grand Prix. It's time for Q1. This first attempt hasn't been the best in the world, but I have to say it's brought back a lot of good memories. It's a really nice flowing track. I forgot how good and flowing the track was. Really aggressive, that second and third sector. The first sector obviously is pretty much just the 2 straights, apart from these little complex of corners at the start, but apart from that it's just straights. But the second and third sectors are really nice, but as you can see, not a great lap from us, about 3 tenths off the Resta, but considering it's our first lap round the circuit in probably about 6 or not 7 years, in probably 6 years, I don't think that's too bad an effort. I made a mistake on the second lap, so we didn't improve on that first attempt, but this should be a better one. It's not going to be up with the Resta, we're still taking a bit of time to adjust the track, but it's going to be better than it was. It's a 3 tenths per second improvement. We're much higher than we were before. It seems we're in 3rd place, so I think that the field is going to be quite drawn out, as it usually is in Q1. The top runners tend to go on the primes, which mean that they're not going to be quite up with the pace, but as long as we can get through Q1 with that time, I'm fairly happy with that. Just about good enough then to get into Q2, a nice 5th place in that session. Hopefully we'll be there or thereabouts in the next few sessions. The usual suspects going out in Q1, and it is Bruno Senna who is the unfortunate casualty, but Felipe Massa running it awfully close there. But as you can see, up to Kamui Kobayashi, and if you include Sergio Perez, I suppose, all of the drivers in 11 tenths of a second, or 1.1 seconds, to put it nicely. But a very interesting qualifying session to come next. Good pace in the Force Indies, it seems, but possibly that might be because the other teams have gone on prime. It's a little bit worrying because we might well be out if we're not beating those Force Indies. But let's find out and let's see what our diff will be compared to this session. Will we get under a 28? I think so. Well, I've never seen that board before in my life. I hope that it cuts to that on the... Well, I hope that I cut to that in recording. I've been caught a little bit dazzled there. It's very weird just coming onto the flyer and warming up for that, coming out and with the flying lap option. We just spun out straight away, not hidden under my control. So that's probably inhabited us a little bit. Inhabited us? What's the kind of words that? Inhibited us, steering me. We're just completely out at the start of this Q1 lap. But what I was going to say before I had that very weird spin is that I said in the build up to this that I hope we get under a 28. I don't think we'll quite do that. Under a 29 will do. Under a 28 would mean we'd have to have at least a 1.5 second differential, but hopefully the next bit we talk over will be a little bit better in terms of the words and the way the car's facing as well. Well, I did fear for our safety with the Force Indies and Di Resta's the guy in 10th, although I presume that not everyone's finished their laps yet because we had a god-awful lap. We can't be in 12th with that. I think that's quite a poor exit to the last corner, but it's going to be much better. That attempt to 129.2, and it's a 2/10th improvement on the last session. Whether it's going to be enough to get into Q3 is questionable, but luckily, because our second lap wasn't great... no, our first lap wasn't great. That second lap is what we've just done. Because that first lap wasn't great, we have got the fuel just about to go and do a flying lap for the third time. Let's see how we get on. It seems we need something quite drastic here to get into the next session. We're 4/10ths off going to Q3. That's the first we've been off for a long time. And considering Kimi is a driver that we've just trounced him since we've come to Lotus, he's beaten us for the first time, and it seems that the big teams have given their A game and have brought their A game. Since our theoretical personal best is a 129.1, suggesting that all those three sectors weren't the best on that lap. But what we're just going to have to do now is get back out there again, use another set of tyres frustratingly, and just try and get into the top 10. Sector 1 looks good, only a marginal improvement on what we did before, but that being said, of course margins are what we need, but this second and third sector we need to really step up to the game and really improve. And that's not a bad run through there. We need to be really aggressive around this corner. Get the accelerator on, that's nice. Get it round, get it round. Oh, a little bit on the curb there, but again, that's fine. How far are we going to be off Perez's time? It's just about within that top 10, but not the best entry there. Oh dear, got a bit squirrelish there. Coming into the last few corners though. We might have enough fuel to do another lap actually, so we might be okay. But we're going to use all of our curves on this last straight, accelerating out. I don't think it's going to be enough, but let's find out. Coming out the last corner using all of our curves, it's going to be a 128 something, and it is a 28.8, but not quite enough. And it looks like the fuel load we've got's not going to be enough either to get us to the end of the lap. We might as well just push like hell and try and get there. But I think with one lap to go and on rich fuel mix, it's going to be curtains for this session. Well, an interesting casualty in this session, Sebastian Vettel just hadn't got the pace, obviously. He must have had a problem with the car, I'm guessing. But he qualifies down in 17th, but we still couldn't quite beat the lap of Perez. It was certainly a valiant effort, considering the improvement we had from that lap to the lap we've just done. But that top 10 looks very interesting. Both McLarens, both Ferraris, of course. Only one Red Bull, one Lotus, one Toro Rosso, both Mercedes cars and a Sauber. And we will start in P11 for tomorrow's Grand Prix. 3 of the top 4 championship start in those first 3 positions. Sebastian Vettel a long way back, even behind us. But it's going to be interesting to see his rise through the field. But hopefully we'll have a similar rise as well. We're starting P11th. Perez is 10th. Rosberg 9th. And Felipe Massa is 8th. We've got the lights above the drivers for the 17th Grand Prix of the year. And we are away for the Indian Grand Prix. Going around the outside here at the start just to try and get a decent run into turn 1, but it is going to get quite cramped coming into this corner. Stay about middle ground. That turned into the outside, and we pushed Rosberg out a little bit there, but Perez is on our inside. We don't want to go sliding up there, so we're going to just stay on the outside line, try and pick off any piece we can on the outside line. Hamilton and Verne going very wide, and because we were on the outside, we couldn't pick up the piece there. We're going to use all of our curves. Hamilton with a really poor start from the top 3, and our straight line speed in this Lotus, unlike some races like Belgium, is really good. We've got past Perez. Hamilton's on our outside. Can we get past him? We certainly can, I would say. And Webber is just there as well, but we could have hit him there, so we did very well to stay out of his way. But Felipe Massa running wide as well. This reminds me of 2011 where Massa and Hamilton had an incident. This very corner, but we're going to try and... No, we're not going to have the room. We might have gone around the outside of Massa there, but not quite got the room. And we slot into P7. A good start. 3 places gained on the first lap. We've got a little bit more time to do it though. That's only, of course, the end of the first sector. Let's see how much closer we can get to Felipe Massa. Just going to really push around this corner. As you can see, we're really close to Massa. But where can we get past at this point? That's the frustrating thing. We're really close to the Ferrari driver. We're going to might do it up the inside here, but no, we're not going to bother. That is a little bit too dangerous. But 15 laps of this circuit, nearly done the first one. And we are well posed and well positioned here to do something. While we're on the outside of Massa there, seemed he braked ridiculously early. And we've managed to get past him. Our straight line speed seems to be superior to the Ferrari. And we are past Felipe Massa. Very odd though. We didn't go for anything up the inside. Seemed he went on the defensive even though we were quite a way off. And he just braked way too early. So that's another place picked. And it seems our race pace is very good here. That's suggested as well by the fact Kimi is up in P4. So this could be a good day for the constructor, never mind us as an individual. It's been a very quiet start here, I have to say. We haven't done anything. The other guys behind haven't done anything anyway. Kimi comes into the pits, the first of the big guns to pile into the pits. But Massa and Hamilton behind hasn't really offered anything, to be quite honest. It seems that one of the McLarens perhaps might be coming in as well, so we're up to 4th place. But over the last 2 laps, probably say, our lap 2 and lap 3 weren't very good, but lap 4 and lap 5, we make a little bit of headway on that Raikkonen and Webber battle. Admittedly, Webber was right on the back of Kimi, but Kimi managed to hold Webber up, and potentially before our pit stop, we might be able to get past Webber, but I doubt it. But it will be our turn to go into the pits this lap. I do question, it might be a little bit early, you know, we're 6 laps in only here, and might be worth doing another lap. I'm not really sure. We might see at the end of the lap how our tyres look, but we're certainly making headway on Webber. We were about 3 seconds behind him at one point. I'd say that's about, whoa, getting it very wayward there, but I'd say that's probably about half, to be fair. We probably lost maybe 2 or 3 tenths from that incident there, but hopefully a pit stop will be good. And whoa, that's not very good again, and yeah, it's definitely time to pit. We've lost the positions to Hamilton and Massa, which is frustrating to say the least, but Massa very slow out of those corners, so apart from losing the time to those in front, we are going to be able to probably get past these 2 here, but that's a little bit frustrating how we mucked that up. I mean, that was probably a gear change problem, not necessarily a tyre grip problem, going all the way down from 4th to 1st there. The car is bound to go unstable, but it looks a little bit grey around the track. I keep saying this for every race, and it doesn't seem to rain, but nonetheless, we are going to get into the pits now. It does look very grey all of a sudden, doesn't it? We're going to try and get past Hamilton there. There we go. Neither of those drivers looking to come into the pits. In fact, Hamilton does, for some reason. He goes to come in and then just fails to acknowledge that he will come in. But Hamilton comes in behind us, so does the Sauber as well. Looks like the Mercedes of Rosberg has got away easily, but we're going to make our pit stop onto the prime tyres. Are we going to get in time? We're not. Oh, we're going to be held up. And Hamilton... And no, not just Hamilton. Oh, blimey, look at how much Kimi's made a advantage of that. Fair play getting the undercut there for Raikkonen. But look at that. Hamilton's got back past, and we've got a bit of a job to do here because the McLaren is certainly the quicker car on pace. And it looks very dark here. All of a sudden, it might well rain. I'm going to be very cheeky here. Take our opportunity straight off the bat. It's going to be close. No contact, amazingly. Will we get DRS anyway? We're going to use the KERS. And that seems to have helped. Blimey, I need to have a breath there. But it has gone very dark all of a sudden over the New Delhi circuit. We all take the DRS, and we have got past Lewis Hamilton. Seems Bruno Senna has just got past Mark Webber ahead. So goodness knows what's happened to Mark. But I think Raikkonen's got back past Webber. And I have to say, this looks very dark all of a sudden. So we might have a bit of rain here. But don't count your chickens. Don't count your chickens yet. The frustrating thing is, after having a little think, to be honest, is that, of course, if we hadn't made the map mistake, conceded the positions to Massa and Hamilton, we would have been ahead of Mark Webber. We were only a few seconds behind him, and Massa's got the jump, but he's hit Webber at the end of the first corner. So this gives us a massive opportunity. Just comes out straight in Mark Webber's line, and we definitely can take advantage of this. Massa's done brilliantly, to be honest, to get both of us, but we're going to use all of our KERS here. Well, not all of it, probably half, and can we get DRS? I don't know if we will, but we might be able to make headway considering the battle that's going on ahead. We do get DRS. Massa has been taken easily by Webber. Just look at the visibility drop that's happened here. We're going to dive the inside of Felipe Massa, possibly even Mark Webber, but we can't make the move on Webber. That might be our first and only chance to get past Webber. Oh god, Hamilton and Massa battling to there isn't going to be good, but I can't believe how poor the visibility's got all of a sudden. But we have some pace, and let's go after Mark Webber now with that. Really close to Mark Webber now. We've really gained him in that corner. We're going to try and get the DRS on Webber. Here we go. This should be enough, but I have to say, this is looking darker by the second in terms of the weather. Very odd. Bruno Senna still not coming to the pits on those prime tyres, so very bizarre strategy from him, and I think there's another driver ahead as well on that strategy. So we should be up to 5th theoretically, but we'd take that result after starting 11th, but rain could still come into play because it looks very dark over the circuit, and well, there might be a few raindrops, but in India, I don't see many of them, so it might just be a passing phase. I think you just master a circuit, don't you? There we go, the lights come back a bit now. Goodness knows what that passing phase was. But, yeah, we've really made headway on this battle. I think the battle for second, there's quite a train of cars. Bruno Senna still out there. Of course, he still will have to pit at one point, so I wouldn't worry about him beating us. We can finish 5th here after qualifying all the way down in 11th, that will be good progress, even though Kimi will beat us for once, but I think we can probably take that, as he'll pretty much need 3 podium finishes at the next 3 races to beat us in the standings in the championship, so that's got to be a commendable achievement to beat Kimi in the championship, but we're making headway. We've got 5 laps left at the end of this one. There comes the sun. Little bit of the Beatles, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. But if a driver sang that behind the wheel, then, well, probably end up crashing. And it might end up raining if we keep singing, so I'll shut up. Whoa, that was close, and that's not going to help us make any headway. Kimi's off at the first. Kimi's off at the first corner. Looks like someone might have had an incident with Kimi there. We didn't have the best of first corners ourselves, to be quite honest. But Kimi has been compromised by Button, and I would guess, just check quickly, Schumacher ahead. I mean, Vettel hasn't even been able to get into the points. Goodness knows what's happened there. A disastrous race for him to his front. But it's Button, Schumacher and Alonso on the podium at the moment. Can we put a stop to that? Our race pace has been really positive. Kimi's going to get DRS, so he's going to just sail back past, unfortunately. But we can use each other as a little bit of slipstream as we try and catch up to the guys ahead. But we can get back past Kimi now if he's not too selfish. He is, though, to be honest. He wants to keep this track position all to himself. But if we're quicker, he should really let us go. Particularly as there's a good battle up ahead, and we don't really need to be losing time from scrapping with our own teammate. Well, a bit of news about our car. Our car is, well, not damaged as such, but there's a little bit of a problem with our car in that the KERS has stopped working on the car, but the DRS clearly hasn't stopped working. A fantastic exit from that turn. For some reason, Kimi's apparently 93 seconds behind. I doubt that very much. But the KERS has stopped working on the car. It's back, though. That didn't last very long, blimey. Well, we'll take that. Probably because we're behind Kimi and they wanted us to stay behind him, but well, that was a good problem to be fixed quickly, and we've got 4 laps left to catch up to Button and Schumacher. Can we, starting in 11th, finish in the podium? That would be very, very impressive. Well, this could be one of the most exciting climaxes to a race we've had so far this season. Button's right on the back of Schumacher. Can't find a way through. We've cut back right at the right time. Jenson Button touched the back of Michael Schumacher, and he has crashed out of the Indian Grand Prix. Out of contention anyway, certainly. And Michael Schumacher, well, he's back to his 90s self, the classic Schumacher. No one's coming by me, so we're going to try it on with Schumacher, and hopefully we don't get the same friendly response. Blimey, to be fair, it wasn't really Schumacher's fault. We are giving Schumacher a little bit too much criticism here. Button just misjudged it, went into the back of Schumacher, and just lost the car. But with 2 laps to go, A, we're on the podium, and B, we're in a very good chance of finishing in 2nd place. We have DRS on the 7-time champion, a rookie against the 7-time champion. I don't believe we battled Schumacher so far this year. And we're going to dive up the inside of our DRS, make sure we can brake before the corner. Whoa! Schumacher's gone. We might get a penalty. I knew we would. Ah, what's the penalty for that? We've caused a collision, and I bet that's going to be 20 seconds, isn't it? Oh, unbelievable. Oh, dear. Well, we haven't had a time penalty in a race for a long while. But that is going to be the time penalty, and we shouldn't have been so hasty there. And that is going to pretty much take us out of the points because of how close everyone is in the top 10. That's gutting. Ah, unbelievable. We're just going to have to push like hell, and hopefully we can get a points finish. But that was really unfortunate there. We shouldn't have really gone for that, but we did. And sometimes you make mistakes. Well, that would have been a really good 2nd place finish building up from outside the points in terms of our starting place, but I like Jenson Button, so I suppose Michael Schumacher got his comeuppance there, as Schumacher, Button, and ourselves really have all missed out, but I think ourselves are the big loser in that battle, unfortunately. But that what's done is done. We're just going to have to get on with it now, and hopefully we can still finish inside the points, but that's very, very doubtful, I'd say now. Here we are then, coming around the last few corners. It's certainly not going to be within the top 7 where we finish, because those guys are right behind us. Fernando Alonso wins the Grand Prix. We're going to come across the line in 2nd, but that's going to be a very much provisional 2nd, and I have a feeling we'll be out of the points. Where's it going to be? Oh, P11. Gutting. Well, it's where we started, I suppose. So no loss, but that's a real shame. Real shame. We really had the pace here in the race. Not in qualifying, admittedly, but we really did in the race. Schumacher gets 9th in the end, so happy that at least he got something out of it, I suppose. But Jenson Button was the driver who retired from the race. Vettel with no points. And a stupid mistake from us really led to us not getting a double podium finish for the team. Real disappointment there. Anyway, on to the championship. We retain our 6th place in the championship, and the title fight once again becomes a 4-horse battle. It's going to be tight for Hamilton to get back into this now with 3 races to go, but we look like we have pretty much secured that 6th place. And with a 3rd or 2nd, we would have definitely secured it, but we can't really get hung up in that. We made a mistake, and that is simply what happened. But we've extended our advantage for the 4th place. We're 30 points clear of Sauber now, and it looks like the last 3 races are just going to be really go out there, have some fun, because pretty much everything's secured. But that's a real gutting end to the race, that is. We've done really well up to then, and a silly incident which, you know, we all have. We all make mistakes. Perhaps a 20-second time penalty was a little bit unfair. At the end of the day, you know, Schumacher still finished above us. But, well, you can't do much about that in the end. I don't think Rosberg had the measure of him, it's just because we took him out. But, yeah, we finished behind Raikkonen. We did our fair share of overtaking there. And just a real shame we couldn't finish it off. But Thursday's episode is going to be in a very rainy, apparently, Abu Dhabi, so that's well worth watching. That'll be an exciting video. But as I said, Tuesday, of course, this is going to be out. On Thursday, we'll have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. On Saturday, the US Grand Prix. And on Sunday, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Can we get a 2nd win of the season before the climax? Let me know in the comments. Of course, we've got a repeat of what happened in Singapore with that rain, it looks like, so that might be an opportunity. But as long as we don't make any silly decisions and silly incidents with drivers, we might well have a chance. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been TIJ Gamer. Until Thursday, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.